So you're sick and tired of being a slave to the internet. Facebook, TikTok and Instagram have taken all your dopamine, and the relentless trolling has seen you shave your head and run around the streets nude.
Oh my god, that shit.
You make one viral video. Hashtag Coney 2012. But how do you break free from the constant feed of cat videos and fake news? I mean, if you're anything like me, you've probably got multiple social media accounts, several email addresses, and subscriptions to magazines like Wired and House and Garden. What? Like a tidy home. But seriously, what do you have to do to disappear? So I thought I'd share my 7 steps to start becoming a ghost online. Oh, and a quick tech quiz. Notorious hacker and founder of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, was reported to have been involved in which hacking incident at NASA in 1989? Stick around to the end to find out. Before we begin, make sure you smash that like button.
Make sure to smash that like button.
If you like it, I suppose. And sort of counterintuitive to this whole video, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos like this. Step 1, plan your exit. As boring as this sounds, you're going to want to plan what type of ghost you want to become. Are you going to become the friendly neighborhood Casper, or are you going to be the creepy ass ghost from The Ring? By this, I really mean, how anonymous do you want to be online? Ironically, this is going to be dictated by how much you want to remain on the internet. Do you want to still use social media, have an email address, or use cloud services? So, because there is such a broad scope of ghost that you can become, for the rest of this video, I'm going to assume that you want to go full dark mode.
Initiate dark mode.
So, I feel like at this point, I need to declare that fully eradicating yourself from the internet is likely impossible. The internet has its claws in all sorts of creepy teenage basements. So, if by watching this video and implementing the steps, you think that the photo you sent to your ex is going to magically disappear, you might be sadly disappointed. Step number 2, find linked apps to your email. So, it's hard to go past signing up to a new website or blog without using your Google or social media logins. You know, that window that pops up suggesting that you should use this service to sign in. I mean, you don't have to remember multiple passwords. It's like 1 or 2 clicks and then you're done. These are called linked third-party apps, and they can be identified using your current email provider or some third-party services. Now, it's probably a good idea to review these apps even if you're not going full dark mode. Despite the conveniences, there are some noticeable compromises when using these social accounts to log in. Firstly, there are some issues with giving Google and Facebook more of your data. And despite Mark Zuckerberg telling the US Congress that he has a moral responsibility to provide a platform that protects our democracy.
Yes or no?
Congressman, yes.
Good one, Mark. I'm not so convinced. Secondly, by linking these accounts, you're associating one username and password with all your other apps. This just made your hackability score go through the roof. You like that? I just made it up.
No, you didn't. This is a scripted video.
Roland, what do you, go do something go check on the scones. So before you begin, you're going to want to know how many email accounts you actually have. According to an article written by Nick G at article42.com, there are 5.59 billion active email addresses worldwide, and the average person has 1.75 accounts. Well, if you're anything like me, you've probably got 2, 3, or even more email addresses. So write down all of your active email accounts, because this will be the basis for all that is connected to you and your identity. Once you have all of your email accounts listed, start from the top and start to unlink all of the apps associated with that address. I'm going to step you through Google, considering it's the most common. Log into your account using your associated email via your Chrome browser. In the web app menu, hit Account. From the menu, on the left side, select Security. Scroll down till you see Third-Party Apps section and click Manage Third-Party Apps. Here you'll see all the third-party apps linked to your current account. To unlink, simply click the app and hit Remove Access. Alternatively, you can use a third-party service like dseat.me to identify these apps and remove them from your account. I'll leave a link in the description below to a blog post written in makeuseof.com that further describes how to unlink third-party apps. Step 3, unsubscribe. So similar to the previous step, you're going to want to unsubscribe to any unwanted emails. Now, at this stage, you're probably like, why don't I just delete all my email addresses? And yeah, you could do that, but let's run through this hypothetical. Let's say you signed up for 20 different services that email you regularly trying to get your business. By simply moving them to your deleted folder or spam, you're not deleting or removing any of your information from their database. So in the unfortunate event that they get hacked, your information is vulnerable. Now, most reputable email services will have an unsubscribe button. It'll be somewhere down the bottom. Click the link and it should take you to their website where it can automatically unsubscribe you, or it might prompt you to do so. Now, does this mean your information is going to be deleted from their database? Well, it's really up to their data and privacy policies, but it's better to be safe than sorry. We are trying to go full dark mode here. Now, a word of warning. Notice that I only said unsubscribe from unwanted emails. Unwanted emails are those with which you know the provider or sender. This is critical because if you unsubscribe for an unknown source, you could be unwillingly inviting a virus or malware onto your computer. So only unsubscribe from people that you know are legitimate. Number 4, delete all your social media accounts. Okay, so now we're really getting somewhere. But this one is gonna hurt. You have to delete all your social media accounts. Can I keep my Pinterest account? I hear you say no, you bloody well can't. You have to commit. This is a major part of becoming a ghost online. Simon Kemp from wearesocial.com reports that in January 2020, there were 3.8 billion social media accounts. That's 9% up on the previous year. Social media is a major part of how we run our lives, but it's also a really easy way to be tracked down on the internet. Okay, I'm going to use Facebook for this example because it's just a bloody big juggernaut of a social media thing and like everyone has it. Using your desktop browser, log into your Facebook account. In the top right hand corner, you'll see an arrow. Click that and select Settings and Privacy. Then hit Settings. Now, in true Facebook fashion, they're going to try and hide the delete account button. So from the left hand menu, hit Your Facebook Information. Scroll down to the bottom until you see Deactivation and Deletion. From here, click View. You're then given an option to deactivate or permanently delete your account. Select Permanently Delete Account and then click Continue to Account Deletion. From here, follow the prompts until you fully delete your account. Remember, no backing down. Now, the process is pretty similar for all other social media accounts. They're going to try and hide the menu from you, go to settings, blah, 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 click, and delete. Rinse and repeat. Step number 5, delete all your email accounts. Now, we've made some pretty good progress so far, but here's the kicker and probably one of the hardest to do. Delete all your email accounts. Now, remember in step 2, I told you to write down all your email addresses. This one is vitally important to become a ghost online because email addresses are the basis for any subscription or social media services. Now, there is a huge caveat to this step. Often, part of being an upstanding citizen is paying your bills, taxes, and the list goes on. More than likely, any of the correspondence coming from these things will be through one of these email addresses you are about to delete. And given there's a push away from paper, which would be our preferred dark mode method,
Initiate dark mode.
it's going to be almost impossible to run your life without any email address. My suggestion is to use a fully encrypted email service like ProtonMail. Using a service like this is going to fully protect your mail should it be intercepted by a hacker during transit. This said, it will not protect you from any services that you've just signed up to, like Pinterest. I told you to delete it. So, an email encryption service like this will protect you from hackers, but you still need to practice good email hygiene. Let's not undo all of the hard work that we've currently done. Oh, and when you're creating a new email address, don't use like your name _69. Use an anonymous name or phrase. Okay, now you've got your new encrypted email address, let's look at the really important services that you need to remain in your life. Maybe that's going to be energy bills, maybe local councils, insurance companies, and possibly banks. Bloody banks. Redirect all of these correspondences to your new email address. When you're satisfied you've captured all of these services, go ahead and delete all your existing emails. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with how this works now. Account, settings, delete, etc., etc. Just Google it. Step number 6, use an anonymous browser. Okay, so you're not quite the ghost from The Ring yet, more like the ghost from Insidious. Well, actually, that ghost is pretty scary too. You get the point. We're not quite there yet. So you've done a pretty good job so far of removing a lot of your information from the internet. Now it's all about preventing any other information getting out. And using an anonymous web browser is key to prevent any more leaking information. If you feel you want to continue using Google Chrome, you can use a plugin called DuckDuckGo. This is a search engine that allows you to search anything without any of the data being tracked. But if you're really serious about going full dark mode, you're gonna need to use the Tor browser. Tor stands for the Onion Router, and it's a fully encrypted web browsing service that lets you search the internet completely anonymously. The term the Onion Router refers to the amount of encryption layers that are passed through each of the servers before getting to the exit node. Now, I know what you're thinking, I don't want to use the dark web, it's too scary. Grow up. Yes, Tor is the gateway to the dark web, and notorious websites like Silk Road really have given it a bad name. And whilst most of the dark web is used for nefarious purposes, there are some reasons why you would want to use Tor for legitimate reasons. Many governments around the world can track their citizens using normal web browsers. And for a politically imprisoned person who might be tech savvy, Tor might be an excellent way to communicate with people at a reduced risk of beheading. And despite what people think, Tor is not just for the dark web. There are a lot of people around the world that use this service for the exact reason I'm doing this video. They want to protect their anonymity. Now, one of the downsides of running a browser like Tor is that you may notice it being significantly slower. This is just the nature of encrypting something and then passing it through multiple different servers to get to its end node. Also note that Tor is not 100% foolproof. So again, practicing good internet hygiene is going to be your best source of prevention. For more information about Tor, I'm going to leave a link in the description to a video that Mashable's made explaining exactly what Tor is and what it can do for you. Step number 7, use a VPN. So by now you should be wearing a hoodie, sitting in a dark room with a bunch of green ones and zeros whizzing past your head. But we're not done yet. There are things that may use the internet that are not associated with a web browser. These might be apps or programs installed on your operating system. So for our final magic trick, you're gonna want to install a VPN service. VPNs have been around for ages. They stand for Virtual Private Network. And essentially, they take any information sent from your current IP address through an external server and then remap it to a new IP address. This means that anybody intercepting your data is gonna see the IP address of the VPN server and not your computer. Now, there are free VPN services out there, but I recommend paid services like ExpressVPN or NordVPN, as they are continually updating their security and guarantee uptime. These VPN services even let you switch between geographical areas. Now, this is vitally important if you live in Australia and you wish to watch content from Netflix USA. Bring on interior design masters. So that wraps up my 7 steps to becoming a ghost on the internet. Now, there are multiple ways to do this, so I just wanted to list a couple of honorable mentions. No more Alexa. If it's one thing you should learn from this whole video, is that the big corporates cannot be trusted with your data. Alexa, and to the same extent Google Home, should be thrown directly in the bin. These are essentially covert listening devices that are listening to every word you say. It's truly amazing what Jeff Bezos has been able to do. I mean, the CIA, FBI, even Hawaii Five-0 have been trying to bug people for years. Then Jeff just comes along and is like, I've got this glorified microphone that I'm going to stick in every household in America, and they're going to pay for it. Okay, Amazon rant over. Remove your Ring doorbell. Okay, I'm back on the Amazon rant train, whatever. In 2018, Amazon bought Ring, a convenient video doorbell that monitors everybody that comes to your front door. It's essentially Neighborhood Watch for Amazon. And as impressed as I am with the company's tenacity, I think we can all see where this is going to lead. So grab your Ring doorbell and stick it, well, in your ring. Head on down to Bunnings or Home Depot and purchase yourself a brand new regular old doorbell. Have I been pawned? So you've gotten this far and you're like, it's a little bit too hard. Well, here's something to give you a little bit of motivation. HaveIBeenPawned.com is a great free service that lets you check your email address and see if it's been hacked or compromised with any other third-party service. At their current count, they have approximately over 10 billion privacy breaches. Just put in your email address and click pawned. If it comes up that it's been compromised, maybe you want to head on up to step 1. So at the beginning of this video, I asked you this question. And the answer is the unfortunately named, or fortunately, wank hacking. Wank standing for Worms Against Nuclear Killers. The wank worm had a distinctive political message. The following message came up on all infected computers. You've been wanked. Gold. Wait. Before you go. If you saw any value in this video, I wanted to ask a tiny favour. You see, the YouTube algorithm is changing. And whilst we love all of our subscribers, we wanted the world to share in our message of delivering tiny tech tips in a fun and helpful way. So there are 2 things that you can do if you really want to help this channel. The first one is to not only subscribe, but to hit the notification bell. This means you'll be notified whenever we drop a new video. We're dropping one about once a week, so we're not going to be spamming your phone with notifications. Secondly, you can head up to the search bar and search these keywords, plus tiny tech tips. Then click this video and watch it. This helps YouTube understand that we want to show up when these keywords are searched for. Or you can wait until the end screen and click on a video that we've chosen just for you.
That's a lie. You didn't pick it. YouTube did.
They know that, Roland. Just mind your own bloody business. It's hard to get good help around here.